goodness gracious, folks, I don't even know where to begin. Good morning, folks, and happy Saturday. Just a few short hours after walking in the house, after working the club all night, laying down for about 2 hours, we are back up to lead these kids to a victory. Can't lie to y'all, I see a nap in the short horizon, but for now, we don't need to worry about how exhausted and tired we are. We need to worry about how we can get this kid a victory. Alrighty, folks, we have made it to the tournament. That is at JB and I's old stomping grounds. Let's get in here and let's lead these kids, or this kid. So dumb. So dumb. Let's lead this kid to a victory. Lots and lots of killers made in this room right here. Lots of them. How the time flies. Oh my goodness gracious, folks, I don't even know where to begin on the amount of excitement, proudness. I mean, I don't know what you call it. I don't know what you call it right now. Where do we even begin? First, shout out to my student for getting her first match in, getting the first match jitters out. She stuck to our 3 rules to a T. Have fun, be first, and work hard. She stuck to them to a flippin' T. I don't even know where to begin. I guess let's start with her bracket. Before her bracket even started, when we're waiting in the bullpen, or bullpit would be the right word, not bullpen. Either way, we were waiting on the match. The promoter comes up and asks me, he's like, hey, does she want to do a super fight? How old is she? What weight is she? I was like, I told him, and he's like, well, I got a girl who's 2 weight classes up, 2 age groups up, done jiu-jitsu for a little bit longer. Would she mind taking a match with her? I was like, you want another match? It's gonna be a hard one. It'll be a challenge. She's like, yeah, I do. I'm like, okay, wonderful. Let's knock out this bracket and then let's go do this match. So let's get into the bracket. The bracket, she absolutely ran through these girls. Through them. Both of them. Absolutely smoshed them, dominated, whatever word you want to say for it. She had like 15 takedowns in one match. Like literally, like it was like a wrestling match, honestly. There's a lot of adjustments. Keeping connections once we hit the ground is one of her biggest issues. But by the end of match 1, she was figuring out how to keep connections. Match 2, she stayed glued to her just about every second of that match. There was one point where she decided she wanted to try to take the back, and when she took the back, she just kind of ripped the girl on top of her, and the girl ended up mounting her. Well, instead of giving up and just, I got mounted. No, she starts pushing. She looks at me. I was like, push on the hips. She pushes on the hip, and I was like, get your bottom knee out. She pulls her bottom knee out, grabs up the underhook, and then I'm like, hop sides, hop sides, hop sides. She hops sides and yanks her down, getting her 3 points for side control, then passing them out, running the arms up above the girl's head. I mean, literally picture perfect. Picture perfect. Whole entire bracket. Literally the whole entire bracket, picture perfect. Like nothing, not really much I could say. Definitely for a first tournament, there's really not too much I could say other than very minute details that need to be fixed. Like, stay connected. Stay on top. Other than that, not really too much to say. And then she goes into this match, which we knew was going to be a challenge. I knew the girl was bigger. I knew the girl was older. I knew the girl had more experience than her. But I knew this girl could handle the challenge. I said, are you ready for a challenge? This is going to be hard. She's like, yeah. And she proceeds to snap the girl across the mat. Then proceeds to throw her across the mat with a foot sweep. And then she got a little bit overzealous. Rushed in. The girl shot him for a takedown. And my girl built back up. The girl shot him for another takedown. Took her back down. My girl built back up. The girl shot him for another. And when I say this girl was a lot longer than her, like, this girl was almost my height, and my student comes up to maybe my belly button. Like, this girl was giant compared to her. And she literally put on a show. Like, an absolute show. Builds back up. She ends up getting mounted. The girl ends up running an arm triangle up. She worked her way back out of the arm triangle, created frames, and by the last second, she was building back up to her feet. Like, I can't really ask for much more out of you. I can't. What am I expect you to beat someone who's been doing jiu-jitsu for 4 years and you've been doing jiu-jitsu for 4 months? No. I can't. I can't expect that. She did exactly like what we would expect of her. I mean, she didn't quit. She worked hard. She did everything she... I mean, I am just so proud of her. And the thing that makes me even more proud is when we're walking around and we're leaving and when we're going through the matches and the whole entire crowd. Like, when I say the whole crowd, we're on mat 1, the whole crowd. I mean, there's 2 more matches going on, 2 more matches going on. Literally everyone slides down to mat 1 and starts cheering her. Everyone starts cheering on that match. Hi! My girl came over after. We made fans today. I'm like, yes, we did. Yes, we did, champ. And as we're leaving, everyone's slapping her on the back, giving her props, just telling her how good she did. And that warms my heart. Then, of course, they pull me to the side, the promoter as always, and goes, I just want you to know, you got some really, really, really tough kids. But they got the heart of gold. And that right there, that makes me happy. I don't care about the skills and everything. Good character is more important than anything. And to have coaches, promoters, event coordinators coming up to me after every event telling me, you got some warriors you got some gardeners who can war it out. So I'm like, yes sir, we do. Yes ma'am, we do. That makes me proud. I love the culture that we have built. Not just me, but we have built. I can't take credit for it. That's all my kids. That's all my parents. It's our community. So very, 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 very successful outing for BillyGoat Grappling. That is 3 for 3. 4 for 4? 3 for 3? 3 or 4? 3. We're 3 for 3 on official tournaments for BillyGoat Grappling. On leaving with medals. Not just medals, but first place medals, baby. Our team is killing it. I'm so proud of my kids. So freaking proud. But I guess now let's go get the Saturday started. We definitely need a nap in at some point, but I also want to go support the homies at their kickboxing matches. So I got no idea what we're gonna do. Before we get the Saturday started, let me brag a little bit more. Let me brag a little bit more. Let me do a little bit more shouting out. I'm just so proud. She was willing to step up and not only win her bracket, but willing to step up and take a challenge, do a super fight with a girl who's got much more experience, a lot larger, older, all the in between. Well, maybe she did not win that match. She took first place in her bracket. She was exhausted before she did that match. I did that on purpose. I wanted her to be tired before so she would have to overcome adversity. And not to mention, like, you're not there for that match. You're there for your bracket. So finish your bracket and then we'll do that match. So, yeah. If a 10-year-old can step up and take some challenges, why can't you step up and take some challenges? You know what I mean? Like, she stepped all the way out of her comfort zone. Nervous, everything in between. Because, I mean, it's her first match, first tournament. Of course she's going to be nervous. Not only goes and excels in her bracket, but then takes a super fight last minute. And I would say excelled in that. While maybe not won, didn't stop fighting. And at the very end, was building her way back up out of a sub. What more can you ask for? Can't really ask for too much more. Kids who are willing to challenge themselves. And got great character while doing it. And take some freaking wins too. Like, goodness gracious. I think these wins feel better than my wins, honestly. I genuinely believe that these wins get me more hyped up than mine. But yeah, folks, let's go get this freaking Saturday started, see where it might take us. Well, folks, we have made it to the kickboxing tournament now. This will be a long day. Luckily, we stopped to get some coffee. So we will do our best to make it through. And we'll just kick it for as long as we can. We'll probably stay till about, it's 1 now. We'll stay till about 6:30. We'll run to the house. I'll take me a nap, and then I'll get up to go keep the bar safer tonight than it was last night. So I guess let's get in here and support the homies. You know what I mean? Well, once we can find a parking spot, that is, because there's absolutely zero parking here. Like zero. None. Nada. 280 something participants. And I think there's like maybe 200 parking spots here. So yeah, wish us luck. And wish us luck on trying to stay awake and alert and not become moody and cranky throughout the process. Because your boy needs some sleep. Oh, folks, we found the very last, like literally the very last parking spot in the building, or in the whole entire parking lot. So let's get in here. I'm freaking starving, but we're gonna run in here and touch base with everyone, get our pass, and then probably run next door to grab food. Because there's Korean meatballs. You know your boy can't go without a Korean meatball when there's a Korean meatball around. The same place that we decided.
You're not competing.
And I'm not competing. Same place I thought it was a good idea to cut weight and then refuel with the Korean meatball that I threw up in my mouth while armbarring someone. Great times, great times. Let's get in here and support.
Jordy Sorzo, report to the bullpen.
Big guys are getting it. Oh my goodness gracious, folks. That was a whole day of dubbing. A whole freaking day of taking some freaking dubs. Not for me, but for my kids and all my teammates. Goodness gracious. We had probably, shoot, what was it, 4 or 5 guys? I think it was 4 guys. 4 guys fight. No, 5 guys fight. 5 guys fight. 4 of them won. 1 of them ended up losing, but it was also someone who did not train nearly as hard as he should have. Like, he literally showed up maybe once, twice a week at most. Needless to say, he could have so won that fight. He had the guy literally like crumbling over, but he also was, his gas tank gave out on him. He was beating the shit out of him, and then his gas tank just dropped. But that's what happens when you don't train like you're supposed to. That's all I can really say. But everyone else who put in the work, who were there 5-6 days a week, guess what? They took the freaking dubs, folks, and I am so proud of my team. So freaking proud. So, I think just the guys are on fire. And then I guess let's give some more shout outs. All the jiu-jitsu guys are at ADCCs in Louisville right now, and all of them are freaking subbing their way to the finals. So 4 knockouts in a day, like 10 subs in a day. Absolute domination for everyone who I associate myself with. I'm so freaking proud. So proud of my team, so proud of my friends, so proud of my students, everyone around me, so proud of them. Like, that's all I can really say. I so wanted to go eat with them, but I work on the side of town today in which they're going to eat, and I was like, bro, I am not driving all the way over there to turn around and drive back. I am so sorry, guys. Love y'all to death. Really proud of everyone, but my ass is going home and taking me a nap. Then I will get up and head to the bar to go keep the bar safer tonight than it was last night. And I've already been given the heads up that there is a party across the street, a concert down the road, Georgia game and Georgia Tech game. This should be a very interesting night. So I guess let's get home, folks. Let's get us a little nap in, and then obviously clean up because I am sweating my ass off. And then, yeah, go keep the bar safer tonight than it was last night, or contain the crowd, babysit adults, all of the above. Let's get home, folks. Well, folks, we have made it home after our very, very, very exciting day. Long day, but exciting day. A proud day, but a long day. And it's still not over yet. We got 2 hours before we gotta head back out of here. So I am gonna go inside, and I am gonna close my eyes for about an hour. Then I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna shower, and then I'm gonna head out the door to go keep the bar safer tonight than it was last night. And let me tell you, folks, I really want to run inside and just hop on the games, but I know deep down inside that is a terrible idea. So I guess a nap it is. Oh my goodness, folks, that nap was not a shiz. Not a shiz at all. But after struggling, fighting, doing everything we could to get our butts back up out of the bed, we're back up and we're out of the bed. Possibly running a little bit behind, but we're up and out of the bed, cleaned up, and ready to go corral the crowd. So let's head across the state of Georgia to go keep the bar safer tonight than it was last night. Go babysit these flippin' adults. Well, we have made it here, folks. And if this ride was any indicator of how our night is about to be, oh, it's gonna be a fun night. Because that traffic was, definitely was not slow. It was like a legitimate fight to get here for your life. If you were not doing 20 plus over the speed limit, you would be rear-ended. So, yeah. Let's get in here and contain this crowd. Babysit these adults. Maybe it's because I'm sleep deprived. Could be that. Could be that. I don't think that's what it is. I definitely think that people are just on one. So, wish me luck. Let's go have some fun. Keep the bar safer tonight than it was last night, folks. Alrighty, folks. We got exactly what we thought we would get today. A very, very, very interesting crowd. Is all I can really say. That's pretty much it. There's not much more explaining to do other than a very, 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 very interesting crowd. And we're getting out of here a lot later than I had expected. because, well, we were playing the Canelo and Crawford fight. So, of course, we didn't get out of there until, what, 2 o'clock? And then after we got everyone out of there, oh my goodness. We had to sit there and talk about the whole entire night that we had just had, because that was an interesting one. All you can really say about it is it was interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Started the night off. It was going nice and smooth. It was kind of a dead night, but like I said, there was a concert going on. There was a party across the street. There was games and everything, so people were slowly making their way in. And, well, once it started getting packed, we had made a pact. We were not going to, we weren't going to serve anyone who was already intoxicated. No one who was intoxicated was getting served by us today. So, what did we do? Someone made it through the door who was a little too intoxicated. I walked up to her. Someone came upstairs. They're like, hey, watch that girl. Don't know how she made it through the door, but watch that girl. One of the waitresses, hostess, whatever you want to call them. Needless to say, I was as nice as I possibly could. Walked up to her. I was like, hey, because the bartender's like, get her out of here. I was like, hey, what did I say? It was pretty smooth. I had a pretty smooth response. I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. I don't know how you slipped through the door, but please don't drink any alcohol here. Just drink water. You can have soda, whatever you want, but just please don't drink any alcohol. I don't want to be responsible for your life, you know what I mean? We don't want to be over-serving you. So we're cutting you off now. And she flipped her shiz. So of course I had to go, listen here. Now this went completely south. It didn't have to go the way that it went. You're going to have to leave. She goes, I have friends. I was like, cool. I'm going to be even nicer than what I should be. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. And I set a 2-minute timer. I was like, you got 2 minutes. Say whatever you want to say to your friends. Say goodbye. Give them hugs. Give them kisses. And I will be back over in 2 minutes. 2 minutes came by. And I was like, you got to go. She's like, I really have to leave. And starts screaming and yelling at me. Pushes me. I was like, and I stayed super calm. But then my facial expression went from, yeah, like smiling to, all right, listen, you're really going to have to leave now. Like, you're not going to sit here and we're not going to yell. We're not going to argue. We're not 12. You're what? You're how old? You're 23. Awesome. So we're going to act like we're 23. And you're going to walk out and we're not going to yell and scream anymore. And she immediately started crying, and her friend goes, I think he's a little upset with you. You may want to leave. And she starts crying all the way down the stairs. Why are you so mean to me? Why are you so mean? Hilarious. Literally the funniest thing ever. Then the night continued going on. Someone spilled a drink. Another person laid it on the table, but someone else spilled it. And that was a whole catastrophe in and of itself. Needless to say, someone else ended up spilling another drink. So we ended up still getting the payment because the other guy ended up dipping out. As soon as I went to grab him, the one who had ended up spilling the drink, he dipped on out of there. So I made sure that the other person that did not slip out. And yeah. And then finally I had to kick out a group of like 15 people. Gosh, they were like pestering at this guy, like bullying him pretty much. He's like, hey bro, I'm leaving. He's like, those guys are being fucking assholes. I was like, what's going on? He's like, they just keep fucking whispering shit in my goddamn ear. I'm like, okay. Like, what? They're like, they are trying to start fights. I'm not gonna freaking fight with someone. I'm not here to fight. I'm gonna go home. You have a great night, guys. I'll see y'all next week. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you so much, Jason. I was like, hey bro. So, or Jess, because he didn't make it down to Jason yet. And needless to say, I went over to remove him, and realized there was like 10 of them. So I walked downstairs, I get my partner, name's Jason, and we remove all of them. Well, they made a fuss about leaving, like a huge fuss. They're like, we gotta leave for real, blah, blah, blah. I'm not trying to start fights. I wasn't trying to start fights. All this jazz. We finally get them outside. As soon as they got outside, they like started like cussing us up and down and up, around the corner, flip it upside down, and flick us in the eyeball with a frown. You know what I mean, G? Like, they were just being absolute teetotal assholes. So then other participants are like, bro, honestly, the security ain't gonna handle it no more. We're gonna be the ones to handle it. And I was like, bro, we can't have this. They're like, well, you're our boys, we can't have that. And these are all guys who work security at different places, so they all know me and my partner, right? Absolute freaking idiots. So I finally told them on my head, bro, y'all gotta go or I'm gonna call the cops. Then they walked down. They did. They left. They stopped yapping for a while. And then we were shutting down. The Crawford fight was about to end. There was 4 people upstairs left. Everyone else was downstairs. So I made my way downstairs and was sitting outside to where I could see what was going on. Like, where we are outside, I can see everything. And I'm sitting there, and this one guy walks back up to us, and he goes, I just want you to know, by Georgia state law, security can't put their hands on me, so I could beat the shit out of that guy, and he can't do anything about it. And my partner goes, hey, Brian, he wants to kick your ass. And I was like, oh, yeah? I was like, he's more than welcome. He's like, Georgia state law says I'm allowed to beat the shit out of you and you can't do shit about it. And I'm like, that's awesome. And he kept yapping. I'm like, brother, go on with your day. Like, now he's sitting there screaming and yelling at my partner, and he's like, screw you, you 80-year-old son of a bitch. Every word under the sun you could call. He's not 80, and if he was 80, he would be like one jacked 80-year-old, bro. Needless to say, they never ended up doing anything. They just were yapping. The sad thing is some of the friends in there are pretty decent humans. They weren't being complete jackasses, but this is where you gotta associate with the right people. You are guilty by association if your friends are being douchebags. Sorry. It's simple as that. I mean, literally as simple as that. You are guilty if I walk up to you and I say, are you with this guy? Are you with this guy? Are you with this guy? And all of y'all say yes, and every one of y'all were pointed out by the guy, y'all gotta go. And then there was one guy who was just like, I'm friends with him, I'm gonna leave too, I guess. I was like, you're good, bro. Go. And he was like the nicest guy ever, biggest guy in the group, probably the guy who would have actually given us an issue in a fight, because he was a big guy, big strong country guy, and he left him no issue. He actually sat there and had a conversation with us for like 30 minutes. So shout out to that guy. But yeah, very, very, very interesting. But since we have all sat here and yapped for another hour, we figured we'd go grab some grub because we're all freaking starving. So the whole crew is pulling into the Waffle House to grab some grub after this very interesting night of kicking out 20 plus people in the bar tonight. It's a lot. It's a lot. More people than I've ever had to kick out in one night. But I had fun. So much fun. We're going to go get Waffle House and continue talking about it. So, if there's anything else I can remember, you will know very shortly. But let's get in here and let's grub down, folks. I am 1,000% going to regret that one tomorrow. Not because, like, we're going to be sick or anything, but because, your boy's got to go break that cage back down and set it back up in its home gym. So tomorrow should be quite interesting. I guess that's the best way to put it. It should be quite interesting. Whew, freaking 2 days with no sleep. I don't know how we're doing it, but we're probably gonna regret it. There's probably gonna have to be a fat nap in our future. You know what I mean? Gosh. But it was fun. It was a good night, a good day. From our kids getting dubs to our teammates getting dubs to me and my homie getting dubs, throwing folks out tonight. No one was hurt. We did our job perfectly. We de-escalated everything that could be de-escalated. No one was hurt. Let's put it that way. A whole lot of I don't understand. What is with people yelling and screaming in your face? Why don't they just like, bro, if you gotta yell at me, just hit me. Just hit me, bro. Just do it. Just do it. They never do. So goofy. I don't want to argue with you about why you're leaving. I said you have to leave. You gotta leave. It's that simple. I don't know why someone wants to argue about it. You gotta go. Because I said so. We have the right to refuse you. Goofies. Goofies, I say. But, yeah, it was a good night. A good time. Kicking it with the homie after work. Talking about all of the shenanigans we went through tonight. But tomorrow is going to be tough. It's going to be a tough one. We are leaving from an hour away at the same time we left last night. But we're an hour away tonight. We won't make it home till 5 o'clock in the morning. The sun's going to come up before I lay down. And then I got to be back up at 10. This is going to be tough. Let's get home, folks, so that we can call it a freaking night. And we have made it home, folks. 5 o'clock in the morning, but we are home after just a lovely day. And that's not sarcasm either. I know it kind of sounds sarcastic, but it's not sarcasm. It was a lovely day. From watching my kids get dubs to watching my homies get dubs. An amazing freaking day. And then, of course, arguing with adults like we're freaking 14-year-old freaking girls. Today was a pretty good day. I really have nothing to complain about other than why do people yap? Why do people yap so much? Why can't they just, like, if you're gonna jump, bro, jump. Do it. Do it. But at the same time, I'm glad he didn't, because then I had to do a bunch of paperwork and all this other stuff. So, wonderful thing, they didn't. But I'm not going to stand outside and argue with you like a little girl, nor am I going to have to explain myself to you on why I'm removing you from the bar. Obviously, you've either had too much to drink or you've done something dumb. Oh, and I let 2 drinks get spilled on the table. That was pretty bad, too. I feel like dookie about that one. But it is what it is. They all paid their spill tax, I guess you could call it. But yeah, just blows my mind why I gotta always explain to people why I'm removing them. Why? Because I said so. Let's go, please and thank you. I'm not gonna ask you again. But we did our job. We were nice until we couldn't be nice anymore. Like when you're standing outside causing a giant scene. Now I can't be nice. Now you gotta get in your freaking car and leave. Or down that way. Or down that way. But please stop standing in front of my building yelling and screaming. Please and thank you. Wonderful. But, like I said, folks, we have not gotten much sleep in like the past 72 hours. From Friday to Saturday. I guess today is Saturday. We'll be waking up in about 4 hours to go put that cage away and rebuild it again. So, let's get our butts inside, call it a freaking night, so that we can wake up and be somewhat of a help. So, folks, remember, always work hard. I guess be first works in real life too. Be first to everything. Job opportunities. business ideas, whatever it is. Be first. And most importantly, always have fun. Oh, and don't argue while you're getting kicked out of a bar. Just walk. And treat your bouncers with respect. I mean, as long as they give you respect, that is. I mean, not just treat them with respect, just leave. They don't get paid enough to deal with your yapping. And finally, be mature. And know when to put the bottle down, if you know what I mean. But with that being said, folks, let's get our butts inside and call it a freaking night. Good night, folks. And you can most definitely catch me on the stream tomorrow night. But you know, tonight I'm going to take my butt inside and go to bed. Don't know how we're still awake. Don't know how we made it home safely. I'm really happy that we did. It was honestly kind of sketchy. But we made it home and the ride didn't feel as long as I thought it would. But anyways, good night, folks. And BillyGoat freaking loves ya.